We've had seen already Trichet over the last week that he stepped up the tone, that he became more hawkish. And probably today, I don't think that he wants to add more to what he said over the last week. Why? Because if he would sound even hawkisher than over the last weeks, this would mean we would get a stronger euro.
And obviously the stronger euro is not good, certainly in terms of exporters. But also, what about this thing about inflation as well? Because we have seen a rise in inflation, and one of the bank's tasks is to keep inflation under control.
It's a serious threat for the ECB. Headline inflation above the ECB's ceiling already for the second month. I guess inflation will remain above 2% for a long while. And of course, this makes life at the ECB very uncomfortable. And at some point in time, I think they will react and they will hike interest rates this year.
But the problem is, of course, once they do, for investors, that signals not just one isolated hike, but the start of a new cycle.
Exactly. So they cannot only go for this one-off symbolic move, but of course it would be the start of a new hiking cycle, which means you really have to be very careful with the timing. Right now it's still too early because we still have the countries at the Eurozone periphery which are economically too weak to digest a first rate hike. And
that's another problem, isn't it? This kind of two-tier Europe as well. When do you think that interest rate hike will come?
I think we will first need to see that the European leaders really solve the sovereign debt crisis. So we will need to wait until the end of March. Then we will see how German wage developments or wage bargaining process will develop. And we will need to see the EU bank stress tests with the results. Everything is going to happen in the first half of the year. Once this is over, the ECB probably will start to think of a first rate hike.